Oakland just made history as the first U.S. school district to switch entirely to electric school buses. Say goodbye to diesel fumes and hello to clean, eco-friendly rides for our kids. In today's video, we'll explore what this bold move means for students, the planet, and the future of how we get around. Zoom's CEO and co-founder Ritu Narayan sees this project as a huge step forward. During a recent event celebrating the launch of the nation's first all-electric school bus fleet, she explained the company's big vision by providing thousands of electric school buses to the Oakland Unified School District and using their extra battery power to support the grid. Zoom aims to transform into a full-scale energy company. Now, Zoom isn't new to the transportation game. They already provide transportation services for school districts across the U.S., including major ones in California like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Bernardino. Now they're taking things further by planning to electrify 10,000 school buses in the coming years. This shift will significantly reduce carbon emissions and cut down on harmful diesel pollution, making the air cleaner and healthier for students, drivers, and entire communities. The 74 electric buses in Zoom's Oakland fleet, particularly serving special needs students, are expected to eliminate 25,000 tons of harmful emissions. Narayan highlights that if the U.S. replaced all 500,000 diesel school buses with electric ones, it could reduce greenhouse gas emissions by an estimated 8.4 million tons annually. However, the cost is a challenge. Electric school buses are 2 to 3 times more expensive than diesel ones. While federal, state, and utility incentives help offset some of the costs, only 2% of the U.S. school bus fleet has gone electric as of mid-2024, a modest increase from 1% in mid-2023. This is where the vehicle-to-grid technology comes into play. Electric school buses can charge up when power is cheap and then send excess electricity back to the grid when demand and prices are high. This not only improves the economics of running electric buses, but also supports the grid, which often relies on polluting fossil fuel plants during peak times. Patty Popp, CEO of Pacific Gas and Electric, which supplies 2.7 megawatts of power to Zoom's Oakland site, sees this partnership as a win-win. PG&E benefits by gaining a new large customer, and the grid gets a helpful backup for high-demand days. Popp also noted that PG&E managed to deliver the needed energy a year ahead of schedule, despite facing criticism in the past for being slow to expand its grid. Vehicle-to-grid charging has long been a dream for electric vehicle fans, and electric school buses are perfect for this concept. Unlike delivery trucks or city buses, school buses are only used for a few hours each day to pick up and drop off students. This leaves them with plenty of time to plug in during the middle of the day when electricity is cheaper, especially when California's grid is overflowing with solar power. Later, they can feed energy back into the grid during late afternoons and evenings when the demand for electricity is at its highest. California has around 25,000 school buses, and if they all become electric, they could provide over a gigawatt of electricity, according to the California Energy Commission. The state has already started funding hundreds of electric school buses and pilot programs for V2G technology with companies like Nuvve and Fermata Energy. Other states are jumping on board as well. Highland Electric Fleets, a startup, signed the largest U.S. electric school bus contract in Montgomery County, Maryland in 2021, and later launched the first commercial V2G project in Beverly, Massachusetts in 2022. Nuvve is also working on V2G projects in states like Colorado and Illinois. However, Zoom's fleet in Oakland is setting the bar higher than other electric school bus V2G projects. Each of their 74 buses, built by Chinese EV manufacturer BYD, comes with its own bi-directional charger made by TELUS Power Green. These buses can discharge up to 50 kilowatt hours of electricity on a school day, and on non-school days they can release up to 111 kilowatt hours, using about 80% of their battery capacity. Predicting how much money these V2G projects will make is still tricky. Most of the initiatives so far have been pilots rather than commercial ventures, and the programs and markets needed to generate steady revenue are still in the early stages of development. In California, V2G charging sites can participate in the Emergency Load Reduction Program, which offers $2,000 per megawatt hour for power users who can quickly cut their power use or supply energy back into the grid during emergencies. However, building a consistent business model around a program that only pays out during rare grid emergencies is complicated. Additionally, PG&E is involved in a U.S. Department of Energy project with automakers like Ford and General Motors to explore vehicle-to-everything solutions, also known as V2X, further expanding the potential of V2G technology. Electric school buses are becoming more than just a clean transportation solution. They're also playing a critical role in supporting the power grid. A new pilot rate for vehicle-to-grid technology in California is making this idea more practical and financially rewarding. When the grid is stressed, electricity prices can soar to $1,000 per megawatt hour, but when there's excess solar power, prices can drop to zero or even turn negative. Now, this not only makes V2G charging more appealing for businesses, but it also helps reduce electricity costs for everyone, according to Rudy Helbright, PG&E's product manager of vehicle grid integration. For companies like Zum, which provide electric bus services to school districts, predictable V2G revenue is essential. They rely on a mix of federal grants, state programs, and utility initiatives and incentives to lower the initial costs of their electric bus fleets. Zum COO Vivek Garg explained that by stacking these incentives, Zum was able to reduce the cost of its Oakland project by 50%. Thanks to these savings, Zum's 5-year, $11.2 million contract with the Oakland Unified School District cost the district the same as it would for a fleet of traditional diesel buses. A significant portion of this financing came from the Environmental Protection Agency's $5 billion Clean School Bus program created by the 2021 Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. Zum received about $26.5 million from this program to buy out 80 electric buses, including 10 buses for the Oakland fleet. Additional funding came from California's Heavy Vehicle Incentive Program and Clean Mobility Options. PG&E also contributed to the project, providing $100,000 from its Make Ready program to help build the necessary infrastructure between the utility meter and the charging stations. In addition, PG&E offered about $1.2 million in rebates to offset the cost of the charging stations themselves. Every minute saved on the route translates to more battery power that can be returned to the grid, according to Kimberly Rainey, the Executive Director of Transportation Business Operations for Oakland Unified School District. Without smart technology like this, school bus operators would achieve only part of the potential benefits of V2G, Rainey added. Zum, the startup that already has raised $350 million, has big plans for the future. They're now on a mission to electrify over 200 buses, vans, and cars for the San Francisco Unified School District by 2025. And they're partnering with the Los Angeles Unified School District to help convert its fleet of about 450 buses to electric. The Oakland project is a crucial stepping stone in achieving these ambitious goals, according to Zum COO Vivek Garg. He explained that this project's more than just a local initiative. It's a proof of concept for larger scale efforts. Behind the scenes, all these different players, utilities, regulators, and more are working together to make it a reality, Garg said. And other states are watching closely. They're seeing Oakland as an example of what's possible. By showing that electric bus fleets can work efficiently and support the grid, Zum is inspiring other regions to follow suit and scale up their EV initiatives. So what are your views? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.